Good morning, everyone. Hey, everybody. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, Heather. Hey. Heather, you got your coffee? You got your coffee? Hey, hey. Hey, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm excited today. So, can we bring a little dance into the show this morning? Look. Hey, Fonda. Hey, guys. Look, I know y'all seeing it. Are y'all seeing it the right way? Hey. We gonna have us a little Tuesday morning, little jam session real quick. Hey, Tikra. Hey, Tikra. Y'all got your coffee? Look. Hey. I was like, you know what? We gonna have a little fun on Tuesdays too. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? Y'all see all the love behind me? Look, I was like, who is calling me right now? I was like, you know what? Let me turn that off. I was like, you know what? When is Heather coming on my show so that she can show everyone how to do beautiful, beautiful floral arrangements? Hey, if you guys want Heather to come on the show to show her talents with the floral arrangements, that's self-love for real. If you look around and you see beautiful fresh flowers, Kiki too. Kiki Cooper is good with this. Every time I go to her house, she has fresh flowers from her garden or from, her husband, or her fiance, I should say, like all over her house. And it really brightens up everything. So I really believe that fresh flowers are, a method of self-love too. Oh, my coffee is so good today. Woo. Who's drinking coffee with me? Who's drinking coffee? We're just going to wait for a couple more people to come on. Then we're going to start. Yes. This is called Morning Jazz by Morning Dance by Spyro Gyra. This jazz. I love this. Hey, everybody. How was everyone's weekend? I did a little something over this weekend, too. Can y'all see it? I did a little thing this weekend. Who's dancing? Hey. It's Tuesday morning, but you know what? We're going to make it a beautiful week, right? Hey. Hey. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. This is Let's Chat Tuesdays. So we're just going to have a quick little check-in. I see everybody coming in. Hi, Sadiqa. You're the real queen. You're the Deek of the queen. So listen, let's just go ahead and get started. Thank y'all for coming to the Let's Chat Tuesdays on my YouTube channel. It's an exclusive show and a new series that I started on YouTube only. So I just thank y'all for being here today. We are going to have such an amazing show an amazing time together. I just wanted to get some understanding on where everybody's at with the pandemic. I thought this would be a great topic to discuss because everybody is in different spaces. Everybody is, kind of doing their own thing. They have a different mindset than other people. They're either in a positive space or they may be a little down. And so I thought that, this would be a good opportunity to really start talking about the different emotions, the different feelings, different things that are going on with the pandemic. So, or referring to the pandemic or as a result of the pandemic. So let's talk about this a little bit, guys. Now, I'm going to just be asking questions and just throwing stuff out there. So, all right, Vanessa says she got her coffee. Go ahead, Vanessa. She got her coffee. Hey, Vanessa, you see we did a little something this weekend. You were there. So yeah, I was asking everybody how was their weekend. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So let's talk about the pandemic. I wanted to first address the statistics of the actual COVID-19 illness and what it has done, the effects that it has had on our country. So I did look it up just to look at the statistics because I don't want to just graze over that, or just pass by that. So right now, in the United States, it's been 7.49 million cases of COVID-19. 7.49 million COVID cases and 210,000 deaths. Those are the statistics. I didn't want to open up with, that type of conversation, but I think it's necessary. So we just got to go there, right? So you guys just tell me, I'm going to ask some questions today. Just tell me if anyone's been affected, by immediate family members, immediate, or anybody in general. It doesn't have to be immediate. Hey, Marsha, has anyone been affected by, someone that they know, someone that they're close to, actually contracting COVID-19? And what was their process in healing, and did they heal? It's just something that I just wanted to talk about to initiate the conversation, because we don't want to forget that. We don't want to forget that there have been lives that have been lost, people that have gotten seriously ill. So Kiki Cooper says her uncle in Kentucky. What was his condition? Kiki, what happened as a result of COVID-19? I had a couple of things happen with me. I had one friend that actually got COVID, and he progressively got worse over about a week's time, a week and a half. He was kind of in and out of the hospital, and he ended up recovering, making a full recovery, thank God. But, it was really scary because, I would continue to text, and when I didn't hear from him, I would get so nervous. So, all right. So Kiki Cooper said her uncle is better, but still has complications. And he was very sick for 3 weeks. Yeah. So that's kind of been the gist of it. So Fonda says she had a friend in Kennesaw that had COVID. She was sick for 2 weeks. She was not hospitalized. So thank God that they were all okay. My friend also made a full recovery, is doing very well right now. My daughter, Amira, actually got COVID when she was in college. Well, she was away at college, and she had no symptoms. So her roommate got COVID and was sick with like flu-like symptoms for about a week and a half. Amira contracted it as well, and I think her another roommate had it as well, and they made full recoveries. Amira did not have any symptoms. So hi, Mel. Hey, Melanie. Amir did not have any symptoms, so we were very, it was really like praying every single day, because I know my child had COVID, but she was off at school, and we actually had her just quarantined there instead of coming home, because they were already kind of in their apartment anyway. So for those that are just joining, we are talking about the pandemic. We are starting off talking about the COVID cases. Who do you know? What experience have you had? Or, tell us about anyone that you know that actually contracted COVID-19. What was their, process like? Was everybody, did everybody heal? We just want to start the conversation with that, because I don't want to just kind of skate over that as if that's not existing, because it's very, detrimental in our country right now, the amount of cases. I know there, a little bit during the summer months, I mean, we were number one for the peak cases, in the entire country, when everything started opening back up, and, it was like people were kind of laughing at us because we had so many cases and things were continuing to open. All right, everybody. So we're just talking about who all knew someone that contracted COVID. Like I said, my daughter had it. Her college roommates had it. A friend of mine had it, but everyone has recovered. Let's see. Hi, Lee Allison. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. So let's continue the conversation. Now, let's talk about, and you can still, whatever you have a thought about with COVID, please feel free to go ahead and put it in the chat. So Melanie Cobb says, my sister and her entire family contracted the virus. It was absolutely horrifying because we could not visit or attend to them. I mean, Melanie, my heart goes out to you because I absolutely know what you mean. It was very horrifying when Amira got it, and it was like there was nothing really I could do. I just called and checked on her all the time to see if I needed to go there if she had started getting symptoms. Melanie, did your sister and her family, what were their symptoms like? Did they, were they asymptomatic? Were they actually, needing respirators? Like what happened? Okay, so Good Tidings says, my friend in Belgium has it now. She is very tired and her lungs are hurting. She is still sick one weekend. Okay, so we're going to be praying for her, Sylvia. If you want to drop her name in here so we can know, exactly who to be praying for. Yeah, so Sylvia, I'm sorry to hear that. Let's definitely pray for her because, it's just this unquestionable thing. Like, how will you heal? Will you not? Like, what, you don't know. Everybody's body is so different. And it's just like, you really don't understand. Her name is Marie. Okay. Sylvia, I didn't know that. Okay. So, Good Tidings says that Marie, so, everybody, let's pray for Marie. This is Good Tidings, Sylvia's friend in Belgium. So yeah. So Melanie, has your family totally recovered from the virus, or is that something that they're still experiencing? Tell us more about that. So Sire Campbell says, my best friend's sister had cancer and was in remission. She got COVID and died within 2 weeks. But then 2 of my 3 daughters had it and they recovered easily. Wow. Okay. That is tough, Sire. I'm so sorry to hear that. So his best friend's sister had cancer and was in remission, got COVID and died within 2 weeks. I am so sorry to hear that. Everyone is so different. He said his 2 of the 3 daughters had it and they recovered easily. So, and then we think about so first of all, sending prayers to your best friend's family, that's just so devastating. We think about, who has the symptoms, who don't. Vanessa said, very sad. My friend lost his mother to COVID. Absolutely, Vanessa, I remember that. He took her to the hospital one Sunday with pneumonia, and less than 2 weeks later, she passed away. He is not healing well. He is very sad that he was not there. And so that's devastating as well. It's like, you're losing your family member and you can't even visit them. Some people, I saw stories where they had to say goodbye, like on FaceTime with like the nurse holding a device up to, their sick family member. And it's just devastating what, COVID-19 this pandemic has really done to people and just across the entire world. Vanessa Ware says, he said she died alone. No one could be there. He goes to her house every day and to the cemetery. And Heather says someone is recovering slowly. Let me see. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. I missed that. I missed that message that Heather said. So, Vanessa, we'll also continue. We'll pray for your friend as well, just the healing of his heart. It's just so hard to understand when things like this happen, right? It's just so hard to understand. I heard someone say, and it really spoke to my heart, a minister was saying that he prayed to God for the families and for the people that had passed from the pandemic. And he said that God spoke to him, and, just we don't know things and we don't always know the right things to say. But I thought this was an interesting thought. He basically said that God spoke to him and said that everyone that has passed or, have died as a result of COVID or the pandemic are martyrs. And they're almost like passing away, or, they're basically like taking that, I don't know how to say it, taking that passing for other people. it's almost like they're putting their life in the hands of destiny and letting other people live. And so I don't really know how to take that or how you feel about that, but I just thought that was an interesting thought, to think of the person as a martyr, or as a person that has gone and passed away, almost like giving themselves to God, you know, on behalf of other people. I'm not sure what you think, but I just thought it was interesting. So Melanie says, no, my sister and her husband had to be rushed to the hospital, shortness of breath, loss of taste, severe flu-like symptoms, and pneumonia. The kids recovered sooner than the parents, residual symptoms. Okay, Melanie says she disagrees on that. So yeah, let's talk about it. I mean, I just thought it was an interesting thought to look at someone and there, and what happens after, people go. But yes, let's finish. Let's talk about that. Kiki Cooper said, going in another person's place. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. When someone said that, I thought, wow, that's like really deep, very profound. So, all right. So we're talking about COVID-19, the effects that it's had on us in general and on the world. And Kiki says, very hard to process that statement. I know. I just thought it was a very interesting way to look at it, especially with people that have lost family members and people that they love. It's almost like, why them? Why were they the ones that were taken or passed away? All right, guys, let's go on to social distancing. How do you feel about it? The quarantine. Let's talk about March. Let's talk about when everything shut down and it was a stay in place order. What did you do? How did you think? What did you think? How did you feel about this? Were you one of the people that rushed out to buy everything in the store? Or did you say, okay, I'm just gonna, pray to God that nothing runs out and I'm just gonna only take what I can, take and leave stuff for other people? What was your reaction? How did you react to the shortage of toilet paper? How did you react to, having to stay in the house and not really being able to go anywhere? If you were, if you went somewhere and you got pulled over by the police, you could risk going to jail. How did that affect you? Did you feel imprisoned? Did you feel that, it gave you time to do other things? How did you respond to the social distancing, the quarantine that happened initially in March? I know like so many things shut down. It was very disappointing. I had bought like concert tickets and had all these plans. And, things just got canceled right, over and over again. So Heather says, I'm a social person. I actually miss going to the office and interacting with my friends. Vanessa says, I've lost other family members and some have healed and are doing fine. So Sire says, hopefully if you have lost a family member or friend, you will social distance and wear a mask. The more people that are safe, the quicker we get rid of this mess. Absolutely. I just, since you brought it up, Sarah, let's talk about the face mask. That's another topic. Let's continue to, send me your discussion chat messages regarding social distancing, quarantining. How did it affect you? What did you do? Was there anything that you like picked up on and you're like, oh my God, I really love this? Like, for instance, one thing that my children and I did that was really awesome is through the shutdown, the stay in place, we literally explored our neighborhood like every day. We went on walks. We found a trail. We didn't even know, this was such a godsend. We found this trail where this person had bought this land like right outside of our neighborhood, right going to the front of our neighborhood. And there was like this trail and with trees and stuff. And we literally would go in there and explore it like every single day. And it was so much fun. And we were like, became these nature people. I've always, like, I've recently in the last few years have loved nature. But like my kids, we all became like diehard nature, like junkies. We were like, oh my God, we got to go look at the trees. We got to go. So that actually was pretty cool. So Vanessa says, when things shut down, I didn't freak out. I did go get some things, but I'm stocked up for the most part always. I had to work from home, but I am happy about that. But no reunions or trips was a bummer. Yeah, I can understand. Vanessa's very social. So is Heather. So yeah, that was the only thing with me. Like, I really got kind of bummed out a little bit. My birthday came up during, quarantine and all that, and in the heart of quarantine. So we were like Zoom partying and fake dancing, like, fake Hawaiian getaways and all this kind of stuff going on. We made the best of it. So yeah, back on the subject of the face mask though, how do you feel about wearing a face mask? To me, I really don't have a problem with it. In fact, I almost feel as though, like, if I walk into a store and I don't have it on and I forget and I have to run back to my car, I almost feel, not even the fact that the store is requiring it, I almost feel like it's my duty, or it is in my good nature to do that, because I'm doing my part. So when I forget my face mask, I go, oh my God, I forgot my face mask. And I run to my car, or I, ask the store, do they have any? Because I feel very like not really obligated, but I feel more like I want to do this. I want to, do all that I can to just ensure people that, I want to do my part. I don't want to make you sick. I don't want to get sick. I appreciate you wearing yours. I'll wear mine. Joint effort. Let's do this together, like, it doesn't matter. Like, people say, oh, it's a muzzle. It's this, it's that. I don't look at it like that. I just say, like Sire said, the more we all wear our face masks, the more we all respect like what's going on and really take it serious, and just like understand that we gotta do what we gotta do. So Vanessa said, lately I've been doing more going out with friends. We wear our masks, but then we take them off to socialize and eat and drink and take pictures. I try my best to be safe with washing hands and sanitizing. Yes. And I'm in the same space. And there's certain people that I've been quarantining with since the beginning. I've been seeing them since the beginning. We wear our face masks. We kind of stand back when we're talking to each other. We're not all breathing all over each other and hugging and doing all that. We do take them off for our photos. I have actually been getting a lot of slack from people saying, are you crazy? People will DM me. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you out? Where are you going? You don't even have face mask on. Are you crazy? You guys, this is so irresponsible, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, we are wearing our face mask, but you're not seeing it because we're not going to take a picture with like a bunch of people in face masks. I've done walks. I've done everything, because I'm at the point now where I feel like life needs to go on in a very responsible way. So, my friends that are like totally quarantined, that have not gone anywhere, have not done anything, and they're just like looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm looking at them like, you're a little depressed though. So I need you to come out. I need you to put on the mask. I need you to stand 6 feet from me and talk to me and have that energy transfer, because you're a little depressed. So I need you to feel some energy up in your veins, up in your body. I'm trying to get my friends to come out. They're trying to get me to go back in, right? Okay, so Vanessa said your birthday was so much fun, even Zooming. Yeah, look, Vanessa, we're going to always find a reason to turn up, right? So Sire says, even though it has been tough, I actually like the face mask. There are some ugly people out there. You did not go there, Sire. They need face covers. I wish there were personally masks. That was not nice. That was not nice, Sire. So no, you know what's funny with the face mask though? I'm like looking at people's eyes, and people that I know, I'm just like looking at them, and I'm just, it was so funny. I was in Gwinnett County getting my nails done for the pageant that I did, and this lady was staring at me across the room, and I had a face mask on, and she had a face mask on. And she just kept staring at me. I was like, why is this lady staring at me? I walked by her later, and finally she said, are you Ragin? I remember you from a long time ago. So it's kind of funny because she was trying to recognize me from my eyes. So it was so funny. And Melanie says, we must all be responsible. Absolutely. So speaking of responsible, Melanie, so I'm so glad you said that. Let's talk about our, I don't know if I should go here, our government. Do we think that we were notified properly? Like, what are your feelings on how our government responded to the COVID pandemic? How do you feel? Do you feel that we had enough time to prepare? Did we take enough precautions? Did we do what we needed to do? Should we have stayed in place longer? Should, your state have opened up quicker, or, stayed shut down? What are your thoughts? How do you feel? Do you feel like we have been protected at all costs by our government? That's the question I wanted to ask. I'm not really trying to go into the politics, but I'm just wanting to know, do you generally feel that we had enough notification, that we had enough time to get some procedures in place earlier than what we actually did? Like, how do you feel about that? So Melanie says, bye, Heather, love you. Melanie says, irresponsibility response to the pandemic. Yeah. So Sire says it wasn't taken seriously. No, it wasn't. I agree with that. It really wasn't taken seriously. It was like said that it was a hoax, that it wasn't true, and then later said that, that was said to protect us and to not make us panic. But, as a government, I just feel like it's your duty to inform, the people that live in your country, or it is your duty to keep us, well informed as to what's going on, so that we can make the decisions that we need to make for the betterment of our families and ourselves. So that's just kind of like, I just feel like it's no excuse. It's just no excuse. I really feel like they dropped the ball. Kiki Cooper said too much misinformation. It's like no one knew what was going on. And I mean, obviously you can't fault people for not knowing, but it's like, why didn't you know? We had enough time to get some procedures in place, and it was kind of like, oh, let's just kind of skate over, instead of like really informing the American people as to what was going on. So we want to talk about, how you feel about how the government handled everything prior to us, going to the stay in place, the quarantine, the social distancing, shutting everything down. Do you believe that your state opened up too soon? I've been seeing recently when we go to different okay, so let me give y'all an example. Did Georgia, for example, open up too soon? Now, when I go to places like Lenox Square Mall, Neiman's, different places, it is packed to the rim. I mean, and I'm talking to people and I'm just like, where are all these people coming from? Like where? I don't understand. It's a pandemic. It's things happening, and people are supposed to be home or with, and it's like crowds of people. And my friends are saying, and people that I know, they're saying they're coming in from other states that are still shut down or still closed, and they're coming here from other states because we're open. Hey, go to Georgia. They're open. Like, I don't understand that. So let's talk about, for the parents out there, let's talk about face-to-face versus virtual learning. Face-to-face. Hey, who got their coffee? Who got their coffee? What do you think about face-to-face as opposed to virtual learning? My children, they were kind of torn. And I said, one didn't want to go back face-to-face. They just wanted to do virtual. And then the other two did. So I said, hey, guys, it's a Three Musketeers situation. One, all for one and one for all. If you all go, one goes, all goes, because it's the same risk, right? So they're all going to go back face-to-face. Sadiqa said we needed more true information about COVID-19 from the news. Absolutely. I agree with that for sure. So what do y'all think about? So my kids are going to go back face-to-face in like a week. Cobb County already opened yesterday for, elementary and that sort of thing. But I'm actually happy they're going back because mama need a break. Okay, mama need a break. But, I'm still nervous. I don't know how I feel also about the face mask all day like that. It's like, the toxins, the breathe, like it's just, people are passing out from wearing the face mask too long. I don't really know how I feel about that, but I mean, they have to wear the face mask all day. My children, fortunately, are older, so they can, they know to wear their face mask all day. But the smaller children, I'm like, how are they going to be able to do that? I just don't think that it's logical that small children are gonna understand that they need to keep their face mask on and not be like touching all over people. So and then I understand that basically the teachers are going to just be recording the class, and the people at home, the kids at home, the students at home, they're just going to be virtually learning anyway. So you're just going back to school for that social interaction. And I'm just like, I don't know about that. There's pros and cons both ways. And I know some of the children have been getting really depressed by being home all this time since March. So I do understand it. Sadiqa said, my daughter is going to school and I love it. It's the best place for her because I'm not a teacher. No, I get it. And my daughter also said too, she wanted to go back to school because like some of her grades and some of her assignments is kind of getting lost in the shuffle of trying to get them in. She's like, Mom, I got to go back so I can make sure my teachers have every one of my assignments and everything that, I'm sending in, they're not getting it. So she was definitely, she wanted to go back. All right, guys, let's talk about real quick, and then we're gonna run for the day. But let's talk about positives. What are the positives that have come out of COVID-19 pandemic across the world? You being quarantined, you having the social distance. What has been some of the positives? We talk about this sometimes on my Thursday night show. We talk about, people really realizing their true callings, their purpose in this world. They have been really working on projects and things like that and coming to an understanding of who God created them to be, which I love. Sire says the value of family. Let's see. Vanessa said it wasn't okay. So she's talking about the government and how they responded to COVID-19. She says, yes, it wasn't taken seriously, and he still isn't taking it serious. I think his COVID. Okay, so she's talking about Donald Trump. I think his COVID experience was a hoax. If he truly had it, how is it so much better in 3 days, and why isn't he being quarantined? So she's talking about Trump. And we got someone. Okay, let's see. So basically, she's saying that the government did not, and our president did not take this the COVID-19 pandemic, or the situation that we're having really across the world, did not take it serious, and she feels as though this is his whole contracting COVID is a hoax. Sadiqa is saying that her daughter is very social, and she is too, and it's best for her mental health. Absolutely, absolutely. And speaking of mental health. This is Mental Health Awareness Week, guys. I got to just throw this in there real quick. We're going to have mental health therapist Tammy Von Nordine on the show on Radiant Faces Beauty and Self-Love show on Thursday. I'm so excited because she is like really awesome, and she's going to show us and tell us how taking care of your health mentally, your mental health, is really, really an excellent form of self-care. So that's going to be our Tuesday night show. I want you guys to all watch. So Kiki Cooper says they had been watching old home videos. And so that's awesome. So you get to kind of catch up on, or you get to reminisce on, all those like beautiful memories that you made. Lee Allison Webster says COVID-19 has made a lot of people pay more attention to their health. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good one, Lee Allison. And, not only physical health, but also we were talking about taking vitamins, taking better care of yourself, making, you have time now. Sometimes some people are not like just doing the hustle and bustle. They have time to make a smoothie. They have time to like really focus on their health, focus on, their mental health. Yes, Sire, Thursday night is the mental health episode of Radiant Faces Beauty and Self-Love Show. It goes down. So listen, we're going to have so much fun, but all of COVID hasn't been too bad. I want to say this really quickly too. I don't know if I'm opening up a can of worms here, or going down the rabbit hole. But also with social issues, people had a moment, right? And still are. They're having this time to view things that have been happening for many, many years, to view these situations under like a magnifying glass. or, just to really start looking at things and paying attention to things that have been happening. And really, and it was like all people. It wasn't just a certain demographic. And so to me, there has been numerous things through COVID or through the pandemic that has opened our eyes to, racial injustices, just misinformation from our government, just things that have been happening for quite some time that we were not able to focus on, that we were not able to really put our finger on what was going on. So that's why I think it kind of brought us to a space where everybody was more conscious of the stuff now, because we're seeing it video after video, live feeds. It's in our face. It's in our face. There's not much going on. So for me, I really feel like certain things happen for a reason. And, just like everybody was when, everybody was quarantined or whatever, people were like, oh, everybody watched The Tiger King. The Tiger King was a big thing because people were bored. So then when all this stuff started happening with police brutality, and, it was the same thing. People were bored and they started seeing all these videos. It's like, wait a minute. It was like it was coming to a head. And everybody was like, oh my God, look at what's happening. But you know what? It had always been happening. But people were kind of busy in their everyday lives that they weren't able to really focus on it. And so that's why I think some change has been made, and it's going to continue to be made, because we shifted our focus to things that really mattered. You know what I mean? So I definitely see the benefits, or the things, the advantages of the pandemic, and things that are happening now, where even our government, I think, is changing, because people are now seeing things, like I said, under a microscope or under a magnifying glass, and they're starting to see things for what they are, for what they really are. So I appreciate that. So I did want to just address the pros, the cons. I wanted to address the pros too. So Vanessa said, I love this, Vanessa. So Vanessa Ware says, this is a positive note for COVID, right? She said, finally, after 36 years with AT&T, she can finally work from home. She says, I love it. Still sitting in my pajamas and having my coffee with you. Yes, Miss Girl Boss. Love you. Love it. Oh, that was so awesome. That was so awesome. And Sadiqa says, family and friends. She got to reset her priorities. Projects in the house. That's a big one. I took care of some projects in my house too that I had been putting off for a long time. She said she's been reading more and working out and taking care of her health. So that's awesome. So those are some great positive. And yeah, I was like that too. I was like, we actually tackled some major projects. We were painting rooms. We were redoing furniture. I mean, I really tackled some big projects in the house. Lola J says, thanks, Mr. President, for all the tales you have spun, the sheeple that you've won, the way you'll kneel neath COVID's heel, eating burgers by the ton. We thank you so much. I guess this is a song. Oh no, some cry Trump will survive. He's a cantankerous old ox. Plus he's got inside pharmatized. Okay, this is a song. Okay, Lola J. All right, we got a little song going here. That was pretty funny, but thank you guys so much. So listen, we're going to go ahead and head out, but I want you guys to tune in to the Radiant Faces Beauty and Self-Love Show on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook Live on Thursday night. Gonna have us some party. And I think I got a little extra special something just kind of brewing for you guys involving this situation I got going on back here. Thank y'all so much for all the well wishes. I love y'all so much. And so we'll see you on Thursday. Thank y'all for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye. Bye, guys. Let's see. Yes. Hey, little morning dance. Enjoy the rest of your coffee. Go, Lola. Go, Lola. I like your song, Lola. You got to come sing it for us. Bye, guys. Hey, Sire. Hey, Sire. Are you dancing, Sire? Are you dancing? Bye, you guys. Have a good day. Thanks for joining me. Bye, Sadiqua. Love you. Bye, guys. Bye, Vanessa. Y'all have a good day.